We are huge into bunting at Wheaton. Huge. I think there's been 2 of the last 5 years we've led the nation in sacrifice bunts. Had 50-something, 54, I think, in a 40-some-odd game schedule. And I just, such a huge believer. It's probably each guy spends 15 to 20 minutes at each one of our practices working on bunting. I spend 2 days talking about it, to our guys in terms of introducing it and all that stuff.
He's still home. He's still home.
Here's what I recommend, okay? You may have your own theories on this and all that stuff, but first of all, I just think, even if you don't bunt a lot in Little League, I get that, okay? But I think to have a little part of your practice, just to teach them fundamentals for when they get older, again, it's like the earlier they learn it, the better they're going to be at it, the more they're going to soak it in and pick it up. The older they get, and never having been instructed, and you have a couple of the guys we get a week, it takes them 2 damn years to learn how to bunt, break the bat into thirds, okay? So if I'm going to bunt, and I'm going to sacrifice bunt, let's talk about sacrifices, okay? When you show, okay, there's different theories. We show a little earlier than a lot of teams because we're trying to set up for slash. Now that's a little advanced and all that stuff, but to just sacrifice bunting, I think when they go to show, you should get them in the habit of wherever they are in their stance to move forward, okay? The reason you move forward is because you're eliminating foul ground, okay? And this doesn't really apply at the youth levels, 9, 10, 11, 12, but at the older levels, it prevents you. The deeper you are in the box, the more that curveball has sunk, the more that sinker has sunk, the more that split finger has gone, the more the two-seam fastball is tailed away from you. So you cut down the angle a little bit when you move a little bit forward in the box, okay? And you cut down foul ground, so these balls aren't spinning foul, okay? So that's number one. As soon as you show, you step forward. Now, how do I hold the bat? How do I stand? Am I doing this? I think this stinks, right? I know some of you may be offended because that's how you were taught, that's how you did it, but think about it for a second. You want plate coverage. As soon as I take this foot and I take it away from the plate, I'm bringing the bat head with it, okay? Now, if I'm going to try to get an outside pitch and I need to bunt it to first base because the third baseman's charging, I'm doing that, and that doesn't work. Okay, so it's about plate coverage, so that's why I don't think this is bad. Slide forward, and you can almost keep the same stance. You might have to point this toe a little bit. You might have to rotate that back heel a little bit to get your hips so they're not this way, okay? But you shouldn't be completely, for the same reason we just explained, your chest should not completely face the pitcher. It should be about a 45-degree angle. And really that goes to hitting too. Because if you think about when we talked about points of contact, I'm hitting that pitch on the outside part of the plate. My chest is right at contact. I'm not like this. I wouldn't be able to see it. My chest. Pitch in the middle. My chest is at the point of contact. Pitch on the inside. My chest at the point of contact. Same thing with level. Okay? So we slide forward. Keep our feet basically in line with the pitcher. Maybe rotate that back heel a little bit to allow the hips some flexibility, but not completely open, and break the bat into thirds. Okay? Not this, not that. Awkward, tough to move it around. Maybe to the top of the tape, and then between that and the end, about halfway. You don't want to get into the barrel, obviously. But somewhere like this. Okay? I'm in this stance. I've got plate coverage. Right, I do. And the last part is line of bunting. This is the important part. A lot of kids will turn around and they'll be sacrificing like this. So my eyes are up here. Pitch is out there, and it's coming down to my barrel, and I have to look down to see. I have no line, I have no angle on that. We have our guys bunt. We're getting them just like this. So there's a line of bunting. The ball's coming from the pitcher. Our eyes are in line with that ball, just like the barrel. Just not right here, but you know, right there, as close as our eyes can safely get to see the ball hit the barrel, is going to improve their ability to bunt the ball effectively or bunt the ball where they want as much as anything else. Line of bunting. Some people teach this, like, because it makes sense. If I have the barrel up here, I'll probably make sure these balls go down and I'm not popping them up. I don't like that, okay? It might work on a certain pitch if I'm looking to bunt it to that side or for the righty bunting it to third base, but it's really tough to now hit a pitch, bunt a pitch away toward third base with this angle. It's not going to work. Just create a line of bunting, and depending where you want to bunt it, preset your angle. Okay, so if I want to bunt it to first base, get into my position, my line of bunting, and I create my angle, preset my angle. So that ball's coming in, and then I want to be able to do that. You don't want to be like this and then jabbing at it to get it where you want. You want to preset the angle. Here. So I want to go down to third base, make the third baseman field it. Right there, preset the angle, ball's coming in. Bunt it. Right there. And I'm keeping the barrel here, and my arms aren't moving, and if I have to move up for a pitch, down for a pitch, turn in for a pitch, or anything like that, that's moving with me. And I'm keeping my line of bunting. Ball, barrel, eyes. Okay?